Netizens are questioning politicians' prudence amid the global energy crisis as Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim toured 3 states in 3 days, while Perikatan Nasional Chief Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar led a 10-kilometer convoy. Anwar praised Pasir Gudang MP Hassan for being loyal to PKR after tensions at the party's meet in Johor yesterday. The Ipoh High Court has given the police 2 months to find info on Indra Gandhis' ex-husband, Ridwan Abdullah, and their daughter. All that and more coming up. Are Malaysia's political leaders sending mixed signals during a fuel crisis? As fuel prices surge and supply concerns mount, both government and opposition leaders are coming under scrutiny for whether their actions match the public call for restraint. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim toured 3 states in as many days, attending political programs alongside official duties. Meanwhile, Perikatan Nasional Chief Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar joined a 10-kilometer motorcycle convoy with the Menteri Besar of Kelantan, Kedah, and Perlis. Haraka Daily reported that thousands took part in the ride in Terengganu, with Samsuri estimating participation at around 15,000 people. Malaysia Kini estimates the convoy would have consumed 4,500 litres of petrol in total. In response, PKR Deputy President Nurul Izzah Anwar reportedly slammed the convoy as tone-deaf, saying it promotes wasteful fuel use at a time when governments worldwide were urgently responding to the fuel crisis. Separately, during Anwar's stay in Johor yesterday, Law Minister Azalina Othman Sai took him on a flyby over Pulau Batu Puteh and Middle Rock, which are 1.1 kilometers apart. In a post on X yesterday, Azalina said it was meant to express her Pengerang constituents' disappointment over the government's 2018 decision to drop its appeal at the International Court of Justice to reclaim Pulau Batu Puteh. Although the flight's model and duration are unclear, it is estimated to consume up to 600 litres per hour. The move has also drawn criticism online, with some questioning whether such displays align with Putrajaya's call for prudence. Malaysia Kini has reached out to the Prime Minister's office for comment. Will the drama at PKR continue to unfold and weaken the party? Amid this concern, its President Anwar Ibrahim praised Pasir Gudang MP Hassan at the Johor PKR convention yesterday. Anwar commended Hassan for his loyalty to the party despite his criticism and confided that Hassan would campaign for any PKR candidate during elections.
I know him. Tough guy. Highly principled. Degil nak mampus. Tapi dengan cara baik. Dia tak pernah minta duit dekat saya. Dia tak pernah lobby untuk jawatan gila-gila. Tak ada. Jadi kalau saya tengok, dia ni kerja okey. Semangat okey. Keras kepala tak okey. Tapi tak apalah. Bila you kira semuanya sekali, and loyal. He is loyal to the core. Ya. You tengok kalau nampak tadi berdebat ini loyal. Datang pilihan raya you akan percaya. Letaklah calon mana pun, suruh dia pergi kempen, he will do it. That one saya salute.
Anwar's praise came after Hassan and PKR Vice President R Ramanan got into a heated argument when Ramanan criticized Rafizi Ramli on stage.
Bila individu sendiri daripada parti menyerang parti.
Ini convention, bukan nak serang individu tertentu.
Saya bukan serang. Apa ini?
Untuk parti kita bagaimana? Bukan nak serang individu.
This is my floor. Let me speak.
I know your floor. Ini negeri Johor. Saya ahli parlimen Johor. Saya tak setuju. Itu Rafi tidak ada di sini. Apa serang dia?
Dia ada di sini tak apa. Yang dia serang parti, patut you lindungi parti. YB. You should defend the party.
No.
That is what I'm saying.
Oleh dia.
You should defend the party as an MP of the party. You have to defend this party. This party is our house.
Rafizi told Malaysia Kini yesterday that what happened in PKR is no longer a concern to him. The former PKR Deputy President added that if the leadership continues to behave this way, it's presenting an unfolding drama that continues to weaken the party. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. Will Indra Gandhis' ex-husband finally be found? The Ipoh High Court granted the police 2 months to obtain information on Ridwan Abdullah, Indira's ex-husband and their daughter. Judge Nur Sharida Awang fixed June 25th for the next hearing to update the court on the progress of enforcing an arrest warrant against Ridwan. The judicial monitoring proceedings began in 2020 and also concerns their youngest daughter, Prasanna Diksa, who will turn 18 on April 8th. Once she turns 18, Indira won't be able to use the Child Act 2001 to compel the authorities to reunite her with her daughter. Ridwan forcibly took Prasanna away from Indira on March 31st, 2009, when the girl was 11 months old and still nursing. Federal counsel Safia Omar informed the court that police had examined CCTV footage and financial activity linked to Ridwan. However, the CCTV footage was too unclear to identify him or any vehicle details. She added that police inquiries with the Employees Provident Fund were unsuccessful, citing confidentiality rules, and that there were no records of medical treatment linked to Ridwan in Kelantan. Indira's lawyer Rajesh Nagarajan challenged the police's latest affidavit, noting inconsistencies with earlier submissions, including on how many alleged petrol station sightings there were. In October last year, Ridwan was detected to still be in the country after utilizing his Budi 95 subsidy at 8 different locations. Will Sabahs' long-standing claim to 40% of federal revenue face further delays? The Court of Appeal has allowed the federal government's application to postpone implementation while it appeals on earlier High Court ruling. A 3-member panel chaired by Zaini Mazlan said Putrajaya would be prejudiced if a stay was not granted. The court noted there is a real risk that the government may not be able to comply with the timelines set by the High Court. In its October 17 decision last year, the Kota Kinabalu High Court ordered Putrajaya to begin a review with the Sabah government within 90 days. It also required both parties to reach an agreement within 180 days from the date of judgment. The first deadline passed on January 14th, while the second falls on April 15th. The court noted parts of the government's appeal have yet to be heard. It also said the High Court's directive was not aligned with Article 112D of the Federal Constitution, which requires an independent assessor. Previously, the High Court ruled that the federal government had acted unlawfully by failing to honor Sabah's share for nearly 5 decades and ordered a full review covering the years from 1974 to 2021. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. Is Malaysia's environmental enforcement body facing a credibility test? Environment Department Deputy Director General Nur Hasni Matsari was charged at the Shah Alam Sessions Court this morning with corruption linked to her home renovation works. According to the charge sheet, Nur Hasni was accused of receiving 9,110 ringgit from one Tang Seong Hee in her capacity as a civil servant. The payment was allegedly made for renovation works at her home on May 25, 2022. She was accused of receiving funds without consideration from Tang, the director of E-Concern Borneo Sendirian Berhad, a specialized environmental services company. Nur Hasni pleaded not guilty to the charge before Judge Nasir Nordin, which was framed under Section 165 of the Penal Code, which carries a maximum of 2 years imprisonment, a fine or both. Deputy Public Prosecutor Muaz Ahmad Khairuddin applied to link her bail to her case in Kuala Lumpur, where she was charged last Friday for receiving 21,000 ringgit from Tang for her daughter. The court then allowed Muaz's request for bail and fixed May 19 for case management. Nur Hasni, DOE Director General Wan Abdul Latif Wan Jafar, and an Environmental Control Officer were remanded for 7 days on January 30th to assist MACC's investigation into a case involving e-waste management. The arrests followed MACC's proposal for a 6-month pause on all imports of plastic waste and e-waste to assess their impacts on the country. Is PKR trying to push out one of its biggest names? A surprise motion to oust Rafizi Ramli as Pandan PKR chief was defeated at the division's annual meeting yesterday. The motion failed with 42 against and 34 in favor, according to Pandan PKR Deputy Youth Chief Hakimi Zamri. Rafizi was not present during the meeting where the motion was tabled. Hakimi alleged the move was driven by a group seeking to take control of the division. When contacted, Rafizi said he only learned about the development through Malaysia Kini and claimed it it showed that party leadership was attempting to sideline him politically. Rafizi added that the incidents reflected deep divisions within PKR right down to the grassroots. He warned that efforts to push members against him could backfire, potentially triggering resistance and even resignations. Rafizi also revealed he skipped the meeting as he believes his time in the party is coming to an end. That comes as Rafizi has grown more distant from PKR and become a vocal critic of party president and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim on various corruption issues. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.